On August 8th, you were chosen to win a car and financial breakthrough, but your neighbor spoke against you that morning, and Archangel Michael intervened to stop the delay. August 8th, a date sealed in the spirit realm, a divine time step etched with golden ink into the scrolls of heaven. At morning, before your feet even touched the floor, something shifted in the atmosphere. The winds began to carry whispers of destiny. Trumpets sounded in the invisible world, because on August 8th, you were chosen. Not just picked at random, though chosen by name. Heaven's voice echoed over your life, and the command was clear. Release the car. Release the financial breakthrough. Release the new chapter. The gates of wealth were ordered to swing open. The car that had your name, already set aside in the heavenly lot, was to be released into your possession. Angels began to move like divine couriers, carrying scrolls of promise. And in that moment, a shift was supposed to occur. An upgrade, a turnaround, a miracle that would confirm what God whispered into your heart for years. You are not forgotten. But something happened. At the very hour your name was being announced in the courts of heaven, a voice rose against you on earth. It came from someone close, familiar, trusted, a neighbor, a soul who had watched you from a distance, not with love but with quiet resentment. That morning, as you were being elevated in the unseen realm, they opened their mouth and released words that became legal accusations in the spirit. They didn't just speak against you, they tried to block you. In the realm of the spirit, words are like hammers or keys, and their words acted as hammers, trying to break what heaven had built for you. But God does not sleep. And on that day, Archangel Michael, heaven's warrior, rose up. He stood on your behalf. He intercepted the accusation. He silenced the demonic whisper behind your neighbor's voice. Michael drew his sword, and the battle for your release intensified. Now listen, this message is not about what you lost. It's about what was delayed, and how the delay was canceled. This is not a story of disappointment. It's a divine announcement of breakthrough. Because August 8th was never about just a car or money, it was about evidence. Heaven wanted to prove to you that the time has come. And now, this message will walk you through every hidden layer of that battle. You will see how the delay was destroyed, how Michael moved, and how your blessing is now racing toward you untouched and undeniable. This is your moment. This is your story. And it's unfolding now. Tap I receive restoration to get blessing 7,777. On the morning of August 8th, something tried to go wrong before anything even looked right. You woke up unaware that your name had just been called in the heavens. The car, the financial miracle, and the new beginning had all been marked for release. But in that same hour, a dark force moved in through a familiar voice, your neighbor. What they said was not casual. Their words had spiritual weight. They spoke against you with hidden jealousy, and those words traveled like arrows in the spirit world. What should have opened for you was suddenly paused. A delay did come from heaven. It came from the earthly realm, but it tried to enter the courts of the spirit. I claim my inheritance to get blessing 6,201. That morning, the spirit realm grew tense. You felt heaviness for no reason, a strange resistance, a sudden fog over your peace. That was the moment the neighbor's words landed. In the unseen world, those words acted like a case presented before a judge. The enemy is always looking for a legal reason to delay your progress. He will use any voice he can, especially the ones closest to you. But before the enemy could plant the delay deep into your future, heaven responded. Archangel Michael, Heaven's mighty warrior, was sent with speed. Not a moment was wasted. He was dispatched with one assignment: protect your prophecy and cancel the delay. Michael arrived at the battlefield armed with fire and truth. He is not gentle with darkness. He does not negotiate with lies. When he appears, he defends what heaven has spoken. He showed up for you. He blocked the neighbor's accusations from taking root. He drew his sword and broke the spiritual chains trying to form around your destiny. A blessing meant for you was shielded under his wings. Type I am covered in glory to get blessing 8032. You may have wondered why your heart felt a strange peace later that day, even though nothing had visibly changed yet. That peace wasn't ordinary. It was divine evidence. A sign from heaven that the battle had already been won. The blessing wasn't canceled. It was being protected. Your car, your financial release, your elevation, it didn't vanish. It simply waited under divine security. A pause was not punishment, it was protection. And that protection came through Michael's sword. Heaven saw the neighbor's jealousy before you did. Heaven heard the words before they reached your ears. But heaven had already planned a response. And now, your miracle is not just coming, it's moving faster. The delay made room for acceleration. The neighbor's words tried to stop it, but God turned their curse into confirmation. Because when the enemy speaks, God speaks louder. When people curse, God releases greater favor. This part of your story will be remembered as the moment the enemy lost legal grounds. The accusations fell to the ground. Michael stood over your life and sealed the blessing with divine authority. No voice, no jealousy, no whisper can override what God has already written. Your name remains written in heaven's delivery book. The key has been turned. The gate is opening. And what was delayed for a moment is now set in motion. This is your turning point. Not only because your miracle is near, but because heaven fought for you when you didn't even know you were under attack. The same God who chose you is the same God who defends you. And he sent Michael to stand in the gap. Your breakthrough will not be stolen. Your car will not be handed to another. Your financial overflow will not be rerouted. Everything is protected. Everything is preserved. Everything is proceeding. Type I stand redeemed to get blessing 2345. There are moments in life when everything looks calm on the outside, but a great war is happening behind the scenes. August 8th was one of those moments for you. You woke up thinking it was an ordinary day. But the truth is, it was marked in heaven as your release day. The car, the financial change, and the door you had prayed for, they were all scheduled to be delivered. The angels had their orders. The blessing was loaded. But as it was about to arrive, a voice tried to stop it. Your neighbor, someone close, allowed jealousy and darkness to use them. Their words, spoken in secret, were filled with judgment and envy. They said things like, "They don't deserve it," or "Why should they be blessed?" What they didn't realize is that speaking against a child of God carries spiritual weight. The enemy took those words and tried to use them as evidence to delay your promise. In the courts of heaven, this became a battle. Not a loud one, but a legal one. The blessing that was headed your way had to be defended. And that's when Michael, the great archangel, stepped in. Type I trust heaven's timing to get blessing 3456. Michael stood in that courtroom not just as an angel, but as a warrior assigned to protect your destiny. He presented your case with fire in his hands. He said, "This one is marked. This one is chosen. This one's blessing is already paid for by obedience, faith, and divine favor." And heaven listened. The enemy's accusations were thrown down. The neighbor's words were shown to be lies. Michael shut the door on delay. But something powerful happened in that process. Heaven added protection to your blessing. What does that mean? It means that your car isn't just coming. It's coming with divine favor. Your financial breakthrough isn't just arriving. It's arriving with no sorrow added. God didn't just protect what was yours. He upgraded it. He made sure that when it reaches you, it's not only what you hoped for, it's more. Because delay doesn't always mean denial. Sometimes it means preparation. And what was being prepared for you has now been made even greater. The enemy thought he could block you through someone you knew. But instead of stealing from you, he only made your testimony louder. Because now, when you receive the keys to your car and see the overflow in your bank account, you will know it was God. Not man, not luck, not chance, but with the intervention of heaven. Type I'm surrounded by angels to get blessing 7,810. This is why the enemy fights so hard against those who are close to their miracle. He knows the power of what's about to break open. He wants to use fear, discouragement, and delay to make you quit. But here you are, still standing, still believing, still chosen. That's proof that God has kept you, even in the silence. That's evidence that your name is still on heaven's list. And that's the reason why Archangel Michael was sent to fight for you. Not because you are perfect, but because you are protected. So now, prepare your heart. Because what was delayed is now being released. The car will be yours, not just for transportation, but as a symbol of forward movement. The financial breakthrough will be yours, not just for spending, but for building. God is setting you up for more than a moment. He is setting you up for a season where you will rise, a season where what you lost will be returned, a season where every tongue that rose against you is silenced. The neighbor's words couldn't stop it. The enemy's lies couldn't block it. Michael stood, and heaven moved. And now, the release is in motion. Type I receive all that's mine to get blessing 1,199. Your breakthrough is proof that heaven still speaks and still moves. If this message has stirred something deep inside your spirit, it's because the word is alive. Right now, you have a chance to help someone else hear the same word that's unlocking your life. When you give, you're not just supporting a channel, you're sowing into deliverance, healing, and restoration for souls around the world. Like rivers of living water, your support flows into places you may never walk, but your seed walks for you. I hear the Lord saying, "The generous will prosper. Those who refresh others will themselves be refreshed." Proverbs 11:25. Let this be your moment of action. You can support through Super Thanks, YouTube membership, or through PayPal. The link is in the video description. Sow into the movement. Release the harvest. Refresh the kingdom. What the enemy meant to slow down in your life, God is now speeding up. That neighbor's words may have caused a momentary pause, but they could not stop heaven's plan. August 8th, the enemy thought he had gained ground. He believed he had found a small crack in your story. But instead of finding weakness, he ran straight into your covering. That day, when Michael rose, he didn't just defend you. He created a wall around your promise. The spiritual delay that tried to form became the very reason God decided to move faster. That is how God works. He does not just defend you. He promotes you while defending you. Every attack becomes a setup for acceleration. Every lie spoken about you turns into a ladder to lift you higher. And that's what's happening now. The car that had your name on it is not lost. It is still yours. The financial breakthrough, the open door, it's all still on the way. And now, it's moving toward you with a speed that only heaven can explain. Type I walk in acceleration to get blessing 4123. In the realm of the spirit, time is different. What takes others years can take you months. What others wait a lifetime for, you will see in a season. This is not because you are better. It is because you are chosen. You are marked. And when you're marked by God, delay doesn't mean defeat. Delay simply means the blessing will now come in double portion. And that's what you must begin to expect, double. You were supposed to receive a car, but now it may come with something extra. You were supposed to receive a financial breakthrough, but now it may come with an unexpected overflow. God always restores what was lost, but He also adds more than what was taken. Think of Job. He lost everything: friends, family, finances. But when God restored him, he didn't just receive what he lost. He received double. That's what is now being released in your life. Not just the car, not just the money, but double peace, double joy, double favor, and double speed. The delay became a signal for heaven to move faster, and now your delivery is arriving earlier than planned. The very day the enemy tried to delay your blessing became the day heaven marked you for acceleration. That's why you've been feeling an urgency in your spirit. That's why you're sensing a shift, even before anything changes around you. It's not in your imagination, it's real. Your spirit is responding to what heaven is doing. And what heaven is doing is pushing your promise into your now. No more long waiting seasons. No more wondering if God has forgotten. He hasn't forgotten. In fact, He's rushing. Type I receive divine speed to get blessing 5590. You must begin to speak this daily. My blessings are no longer delayed. They are accelerated. Speak it when you wake up. Speak it before you sleep. Speak it when fear tries to rise. Speak it when doubt tries to whisper. Because the war is no longer around the blessing, it's around your faith. The enemy wants you to believe nothing is happening. But in truth, everything is happening. Angels are on assignment. Roads are being cleared. Approvals are being signed in the Spirit. Keys are being handed out. And yours is coming. When God decides to move, no voice can slow Him down. Not your neighbor. Not your past. Not your mistakes. When God says yes, it's yes. And His yes is on your life now. You are about to walk into rooms you didn't qualify for. You are about to receive things you didn't earn. Because grace is not about earning, it's about receiving. And heaven is pouring out grace over your delay. A car is coming. The breakthrough is coming. The confirmation is coming. And it's coming faster than you think. This is the reward of the battle. Not only do you win early. You receive what others tried to stop. You walk into what the enemy tried to hide. Because heaven's timing is never late. It's always perfect. And your time is now. Type I move in God's time to get blessing 1024. The car you were chosen to receive on August 8th was not just a gift, it was a sign. A sign of movement. A sign of change. A sign that you are no longer stuck. In the spirit realm, vehicles often represent progress, journey, and direction. This car was not just meant to take you from one place to another. It was a message from heaven. You are moving forward. The delay tried to say otherwise. It tried to hold you in the same place. But the car itself carries a message. Your life is entering motion. Your destiny is shifting gears. This is not just about owning something new. It's about a new path, a new route, a new level. That's why the attack was so strong. That's why the neighbor's words came on that same morning. Because the enemy knew the car would be more than transportation. It would be transformation. It would change how you walk, how you think, how you dream. The enemy wanted to keep you walking when God planned for you to ride. But Archangel Michael stood up and fought for that sign to remain yours. Type I am stepping into motion to get blessing 6610. The enemy fears signs because they speak louder than words. When God gives you a sign, it's not just for you. It's for everyone watching you. When they see you driving what was once only in your prayers, they will know that your God is real. That's why the delay came. The enemy wanted to block the proof. But now, the proof is coming. And it won't just sit in your driveway. It will speak. It will tell a story. It will carry a testimony. It will say God answers. Your financial breakthrough also carries the same weight. It's not about money, it's about message. The money you receive is part of your mission. It is proof that lack is not your portion. It is proof that seasons can shift, that dry places can become rivers, that debts can be erased and dreams can be funded. The financial release is not only to help you, it's to show others that God is faithful. He doesn't leave his people begging. He doesn't let promises expire. And once again, the delay only confirmed the importance of the blessing. If the car and the breakthrough weren't important, the enemy wouldn't have tried to stop them. But the fight proves the worth. The struggle proves the size. And now, the enemy's attack has only multiplied the testimony that is coming. Type I am walking into divine proof to get blessing 7383. Some of you have wondered, why a car? Why money? Why now? The answer is simple. Because God wants to show you that nothing is too small or too big for him. He knows your needs. He sees your desires. And sometimes, he uses things like cars and money to remind you that he is still the provider. That he still hears. That he still shows up. This is not about being materialistic. It's about being seen. And God is showing you that you are seen. Third, chosen. The neighbor tried to make you feel unworthy. Their words tried to shrink your hope. But God has the final say. And his final word over your life is approve. Not because of what you've done, but because of who he is. This blessing is not just arriving. It is carrying weight. It is speaking to your past, saying, you are not stuck anymore. It is speaking to your future, saying, you are going further now. It is speaking to your heart, saying, you are loved. So as you prepare to receive, don't just see a car or money. See a message, a sign from heaven, a reminder that delay is not the end, that battle is not a denial, that when God speaks, no other voice can silence him. Not even the loud voice of jealousy next door. This is your moment. The sign is coming. The proof is moving. The story is shifting. Type I receive my sign and my proof to get blessing 9800. What God had for you on autostate was not created that day. It was already yours. The car had your name on it long before you ever prayed for it. The financial breakthrough was waiting before you ever asked. In the spiritual world, things are prepared before they appear. What seems new to us is already old news in heaven. That's why the enemy came with such force. He was not reacting to your request. He was trying to stop your release. The blessing wasn't denied. It was hidden for a time. Sometimes God hides things to protect them. Just like a treasure buried underground, your blessing was covered until the right moment. It wasn't lost. It wasn't forgotten. It was simply waiting for heaven's clock to strike the right second. And when that moment came, on August 8th, the enemy panicked. He tried to uncover it before you were ready, hoping to steal or delay it. But heaven did not allow it. Michael was sent to guard the release, and the blessing stayed secure. Type I claim what is mine to get blessing 4040. The neighbor's words tried to uncover you too soon. They tried to call attention to you in a way that would cause harm, not honor. But God is your defender. He knew that the right moment for exposure is the moment of protection. And now, the blessing that was hidden is being revealed. Slowly at first, like the rising of the sun. But then suddenly, like a flash of light, everything will change. You must understand this truth. Delay does not mean disqualification. Hidden does not mean forgotten. What is yours cannot be stolen. What heaven holds for you will not be given to another. The enemy tried to lie to you. He wanted you to believe it was too late, that you missed it, that someone else took it. But no, God kept it safe. And now it's being released to you, with your name still on it. This is the nature of divine timing. It may feel slow, but it is always perfect. If God had released the blessing before now, you may not have been ready. If the car came too soon, it may have brought stress. If the financial overflow arrived in the wrong season, it may have been misused. But now, the season has shifted. Now you are ready. Now your heart is aligned. Now your faith has grown. And now, the blessing is being uncovered. Type I walk in God's timing to get blessing 6677. Everything God gives comes with purpose. The car will not only move you physically, it will mark a season of spiritual progress. The money will not just fill a need, it will open doors and allow you to be a blessing to others. This is not just about comfort. This is about calling. This is not just about provision. This is about position. God is placing you where your voice can be heard, where your life can be seen, and where your light can shine. Even the neighbor's attack had a role in the process. Their words became a reminder that you are rising. Their judgment became a backdrop for God's justice. Their plan to delay you only made heaven move faster. You see, what the enemy meant to hide you, God used to hide your blessing instead. So when it arrives, it will not be contaminated. It will not be delayed again. It will come fresh, clean, and full of divine purpose. This is your unveiling season. What was buried is rising. What was silent is speaking. What was delayed is accelerating. Heaven did not cancel your promise. Heaven preserved it. Now, it's time to receive what has always been yours. Type I receive what was hidden for me to get blessing 1055. There's something powerful about the way you stayed standing. Even when the delay came. Even when you couldn't see the blessing. Even when the neighbor spoke against you, and everything seemed to go quiet. You did not give up. You did not walk away. You kept believing. That is what made the difference. Because the delay was not just a test of time, it was a test of faith. The enemy thought the pause would crush your hope. But instead, it made you stronger. He thought you would forget the promise. But instead, you held on tighter. What the enemy doesn't understand is that when God makes a promise, it becomes a seed in your spirit. And seeds, even when hidden, never die. They grow in the dark. They stretch in silence. And one day, they break through the soil. That's what's happening to you now. Your seed of faith is breaking through. A delay tried to kill it, but it couldn't. Because God with water it all on. Type I endured and I rise to get blessing 8,349. The delay was loud, but your faith was louder. Your neighbor's words came quickly, but your trust in God stood longer. That's why Michael came to fight for you. Heaven does not stay silent when faith speaks. Your cry reached the ears of God, and the answer was sent. The moment the attack came, the angel was released. Even when you didn't see it, even when nothing changed in front of your eyes, the help was already in motion. The strength you showed in the delay was not normal, it was divine. You didn't just wait. You waited with expectation. You waited with prayer. You waited with hope. And that made you dangerous to the enemy. Because people who still believe during the delay are people who receive double in the release. Heaven rewards endurance. Heaven crowns patience. And now, your reward is here. The enemy wanted you to quit. He used time against you. He whispered lies, saying, "It will never come." But God whispered louder, "It is still yours." And now, the whisper becomes a shout. The blessing is coming, not weak, not broken, but full and alive. Because the delay did not break you, it built you. Type I overcame delay to get blessing 9,133. The car you are about to receive is more than metal and wheels. It is proof that you outlasted the attack. The financial release you're about to step into is more than numbers. It's a testimony that your faith did not fail. You didn't lose in the delay. You gained. You gained wisdom. You gained spiritual strength. You gained a stronger connection to God. And now, everything you've gained is about to be crowned with physical blessing. Sometimes the best things are not the fastest. Sometimes the richest miracles take time to prepare. And while you waited, God was working. While you cried, God was planning. While you doubted, God was still defending. You were never forgotten. Not even once. Even when the neighbor's words brought confusion. Even when the silence made you question. God never stopped watching over you. Michael never left your side. Now, when the breakthrough comes, it will not surprise you. It will confirm everything God already said. You will say, "I knew it." You will say, "God told me." You will say, "The delay didn't destroy me. It revealed me." You are not weak. You are not empty. You are a warrior, a survivor, a child of promise, and the reward has your name on it. Stand tall now. This part of your journey is being written in heaven's books as victory. You passed the test. You trusted through the silence. And now, you are rising into fulfillment. Type I passed the test and I received to get blessing 1,102. You didn't see it, but there was an invisible wall, a spiritual block placed between you and your blessing. It wasn't built in a day. It grew over time through doubt, jealousy, curses, and hidden battles. The neighbor's words that morning on August 8th added another brick to that wall. Every lie spoken, every judgment made, every whisper behind your back tried to make that wall stronger. The goal of the enemy was simple: keep your miracle from reaching you, make you believe that it wasn't coming, trap your heart in waiting forever. But what the enemy builds, heaven breaks. When Archangel Michael was sent, he didn't just protect your name. He went after the wall. He moved with fire in his hands. The moment he arrived, the invisible chains were snapped. The moment he spoke, every word curse lost its power. The sword he carried was not made of metal. It was made of glory, truth, and divine justice. With one strike, He broke the spiritual barrier that was stopping your release. Type the wall is broken to get blessing 5099. Now the path is clear. What was once blocked is now open. The angels are moving freely. The blessing is no longer stuck. The delivery is in motion. The car is coming. The finances are flowing. What once seemed far is now near. That invisible wall was the reason for delay, but it no longer exists. Because Michael didn't just break it, he crushed it forever. You may still feel like you're waiting, but the truth is, the hold has been lifted. It's just a matter of moments now. The wall is down. The space between you and the miracle is shrinking every day. It's moving closer while you sleep. It's shifting while you worship. It's responding to every prayer you whispered through tears. Every time you refused to give up, the wall cracked a little more. And now it's gone. This breakthrough is more than personal. It is generational. The wall that tried to stop you was the same wall that tried to block others in your family. You're not just breaking through for yourself. You're breaking through for your bloodline. A delay didn't just affect your life. It tried to infect your future. But now, the curse is reversed. The chains are broken. And the wall is no more. Type my family is free too to get blessing 2088. You will start to feel lighter. That's how you'll know the wall is gone. Your thoughts will shift. Your dreams will return. The heaviness will lift. Because when the spiritual block is removed, your soul can breathe again. This is why things will start opening fast now. Conversations will go differently. People will suddenly favor you. Doors that once stayed shut will now swing wide open. It's the power of a broken wall. Thank God for Michael. Thank God for his perfect timing. Thank God that even when we don't see the battle, he sends help anyway. You didn't have to fight the neighbor. You didn't have to argue. Heaven handled it. And now, you are walking into what was always yours. Remember this truth. God doesn't let walls stand forever. They fall. Always. And when they fall, blessings pour like rain. Get ready. Your rain is coming. Not drizzle, not drops down or. The sword has moved. The wall is gone. And what was blocked is now on the way. Type my downpour is near to get blessing 7731. You may not see the car in your driveway yet. You may not see the full financial breakthrough in your hands. But something has already started. A shift. A movement. A strong wind in the spirit. The change has begun, and you are right in the middle of it. The battle is over. The wall is broken. And now the atmosphere is shifting to match the promise. God is doing something you can feel, even if you can't yet touch it. Your spirit knows. Your heart senses it. Something is different now. This is the stage where everything starts to align. The pieces begin to fall into place. The people meant to help you are drawn to you. The closed doors start to unlock. Emails come. Phone calls arrive. Peace returns. It is the proof that the shift is real. Heaven has opened over your life, and the change is happening all around you. The blessing is no longer waiting to begin. It has already started. Type I feel the shift to get blessing 6780. Don't let small beginnings confuse you. Even if it looks quiet on the outside, trust what God is doing on the inside. The atmosphere must shift before the blessing can fully appear. It's like the changing of the weather. First the wind changes, then the sky changes, then the rain comes. And now, the wind in your life has changed. You are entering a new season. a season of answered prayers, a season of forward motion, a season of release. This is also the time when the enemy will try one last time to whisper lies. He will say, "Nothing is happening." He will say, "You waited for nothing." But you must answer back with truth. Say, "I see the shift. I feel the change. God is moving." Speak it until your mind believes it. Declare it until your atmosphere listens. Because the devil fears believers who don't quit when things look small. He fears those who can see with their spirit before they see with their eyes. Type, "My eyes are open in faith to get blessing." 8294. You may start noticing little things happening now. Unexpected favor, sudden peace, a new opportunity. These are not random. These are signs. These are heaven's hints that you are moving in the right direction. This is how God works. First, the spiritual atmosphere shifts. Then, the physical world follows. So if you're feeling the change, rejoice. Because that means your car is closer than ever. That financial release is already crossing over. And the neighbor's words, powerless now, completely erased by the voice of God. You are walking into an open season. A season where what was stuck now flows. Where what was hidden is now revealed. Where what was delayed is now delivered. The shift is real, and it's working in your favor. Watch how fast things move now. What took years before will take weeks. What once felt impossible will feel natural. You'll walk through doors you didn't even knock on. That's the reward of those who kept believing after the delay. So stay ready. Keep your heart full of praise. Keep your words full of faith. The shift is not just happening to you. It's happening around you. And everything connected to you will feel it. Your family, your finances, your favor. It's all rising now. You are not stuck. You are not behind. You are right on time. Type, "The shift is working for me to get blessing." 3003. You can feel it now, can't you? A shift, a movement, the stirring of heaven around your life. If this word has confirmed what your spirit already sensed, then it's not just a message, it's a mission. Right now, you can be part of bringing this same breakthrough to others. Every time you give, you are sowing into someone's moment of freedom, someone's deliverance, someone's divine encounter. God says in 2 Corinthians 9:10, "I will supply seed to the sower and multiply your harvest." When you give here, that promise activates. You're not helping a channel, you're helping heaven touch earth. Support this prophetic movement through YouTube Super Thanks, membership, or through PayPal. You'll find the link in the video description. Sow into the shift. Stand with the word. Watch what God releases next. While the blessing is moving toward you, something even bigger is happening behind the scenes. God is making your name heard in places you've never been, in rooms you've never entered, in meetings you didn't even know about. Right now, your name is being spoken by people who have the power to open doors, release favor, and approve miracles. This is not something you earned. This is God's doing. Because when heaven decides it's your time, no one can hide your name. There's a spiritual principle at work. God makes your name echo in the right places. When Joseph was in prison, nobody knew his name. But when the time was right, God brought his name to Pharaoh's palace. That one moment changed his whole life. And now, that same thing is happening to you. Someone is about to speak your name. Someone is about to mention your case. Someone is about to say, "They're the one." You won't have to beg. You won't have to explain yourself. God will do it. Type my name is being mentioned in high places to get blessing 6524. This is what the neighbor didn't see. While they were speaking against you, God was speaking for you. While they were spreading lies, God was spreading favor. Your voice tried to block you, but God's voice is greater, and His voice is now sending your name out like a wave that reaches boardrooms, conversations, and contracts. The financial release and the car are not just coming. They are coming through people you've never even met. That's the favor of God. It reaches beyond your location. It reaches beyond your qualifications. It reaches beyond your background. This kind of favor is supernatural. It doesn't follow rules. It follows obedience and calling. You didn't fight for attention. You stayed humble. You stayed faithful. And now, because of that, your name is being remembered by heaven and whispered on earth. Type God is announcing me to get blessing 4587. Don't be surprised when someone reaches out unexpectedly. Don't be shocked when a door opens with no effort from you. That's not coincidence. It's divine connection. God is speaking for you in places you can't reach. And the shift in the atmosphere you felt earlier is part of this movement. The blessing is not walking, it's running. And your name is running ahead of you to make room. Your miracle is not just about money or a car, it's about identity. God is showing you that you are not invisible. You are not forgotten. You are chosen. And when God chooses someone, He makes their name rise. You are rising now, not just in blessing, but in reputation. You are being honored, not by man, but by God Himself. Even the delays could not stop your name from rising. Even the enemy's lies could not cancel what God has spoken. Your name is written in heaven's scroll. Your purpose is marked in God's plan. And no neighbor, no voice, no attack can block what God is speaking now. So get ready. Your phone will ring. An email will arrive. A message will come. A door will open. Because your name has gone before you. God is talking about you to people who will bless you. He is moving hearts. He is arranging help. And when it comes, you will know it was not man, it was God. Stay humble. Stay expectant. This moment is holy. You are stepping into a season where you won't have to chase blessings. Blessings will chase you. Type my blessing is chasing me to get blessing 9807. God is not only bringing the blessing to you, He is allowing your enemies to see it. The same neighbor who spoke against you, the same voices that tried to block you, will now become witnesses to your rising. This is not to shame them. This is to show them that God's hand is on your life. Because when God lifts someone up, He does it in the open. He prepares a table in front of the same people who thought it would never happen for you. This is part of your testimony. Not only will you receive the car, the money, and the open door, you will do it in full view. Heaven wants people to see that faith works, that waiting was worth it, that trust in God brings reward. You don't have to fight your enemies. You don't need to prove anything to them. Just stand still. Just keep believing. God is already handling it. And your life will soon speak louder than any words they've said. Type God is preparing my table to get blessing 3951. When David wrote Psalm 23, he didn't say God prepared a table in a hidden place. He said, "You prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies." Why? Because the same people who laughed will soon fall silent. The same people who judged will be confused. They will wonder how you made it. They will ask how the doors opened, and all you will say is, "It was God." This is not revenge. This is revelation. God is revealing who He really is through your life. He is using you as a sign of His power and His love. Even the neighbor who tried to stop you is part of that story now. Because their words didn't win. Their jealousy didn't win. Your faith won. Heaven won. The angels won. And now, the reward must be seen. Taught my enemies will see my God to get blessing 6077. Get ready to walk with boldness. Not pride but peace. Not fear but joy. Because when God lifts you, no one can pull you down. The car, the money, the miracle, these things will come with evidence. And everyone who once said you couldn't do it will now watch you live it. That's why the enemy fought so hard. That's why the delay came. But none of it worked. Your story is now turning into a sign of God's power, a sign of God's timing, a sign of God's protection. This moment is not just for you. It's for everyone watching. It's for your family, your friends, and even your enemies. God is writing your story so clearly that no one will be able to deny it. You are walking into a season of open demonstration. You are moving into a place where the blessing can't be hidden anymore. And those who once whispered about your struggle will soon speak about your strength. Don't be afraid of being seen. Don't shrink back. This is not your doing. It's God's plan. He wants you to be seen because He wants to be glorified. Let your light shine. Let your story be heard. Let your testimony be told. You didn't choose this attention. God chose to lift you in front of them. And His choice cannot be reversed. Now is the time to stand with confidence. Now is the time to drive forward. Now is the time to say, God kept me, and now God is blessing me. This is your season of open honor, and no voice of the enemy can silence it. Type God will be seen in my life to get blessing 8820. You have reached the place where nothing can stop the blessing. Not the neighbor, not the delay, not the lies, not even your past. Because what God has set in motion has now gained spiritual speed. The blessing is no longer waiting for approval. It has already been approved. It's no longer sitting still. It's on the move. Every block has been removed. Every chain has been broken. The path is now clear, and the release has begun. Think about it like this. A river that was once held back by a dam is now flowing freely. At first, it may feel like a small stream, but soon, it turns into a flood. That is how your blessing is coming now. It may begin with small signs, a message, a moment, a little favor. But quickly it will grow. It will become a downpour. That is what happens when heaven says, now. Top nothing can stop what's mine to get blessing 9923. This is what your prayers have done. This is what your faith has built. You did not waste time by waiting. You were gaining strength. You were making space. You were being prepared. And now that you are ready, the blessing is coming in full. You don't have to chase it anymore. It's chasing you. You don't have to beg for it. You are walking in it. Everything is aligning. The car is already being moved into position. The financial breakthrough is already being released through the right people. The favor is already opening the doors. And now, the momentum is too strong to stop. The blessing is now protected by heaven, sealed by angels, ordered by God. That means it cannot be returned, reversed, or rejected. This is what it means to walk in divine momentum. At first, you were just hoping. Then you were believing. Then you were waiting. And now you're receiving. Your season of delay is officially over. Your feet are now standing on a new level. The very place that was once dry is now becoming full. The very door that was once shut is now open. Type I have entered my flow to get blessing 1160. You may feel emotions rising right now. That's not just excitement. That's your spirit responding to what's already been released. Because deep down, you already know it's happening. Something feels different now. The weight is lifting. The light is coming. You can almost feel the keys in your hand. You can almost hear the message saying, "It's approved." That's because the Spirit moves before the natural, and the Spirit has already moved. And here is something even more powerful. The blessing is coming with protection. No more delays. No more attacks. No more routing. Michael has secured the space around you. The angels are now surrounding what belongs to you. This time, the blessing won't be touched by enemy hands. This time, it won't be spoken against. It is coming with fire around it, oil over it, and glory on it. To walk into it with full trust. No more fear. No more wondering if it's real. It is real. It is here. And it is yours. All the days of crying, all the nights of silence, they were not empty. They were counted. And God is now rewarding every tear, every prayer, and every sacrifice. You are now in the place where the blessing cannot be blocked. The flow cannot be stopped. A miracle cannot be delayed. And the promise cannot be taken. Type I am inside my miracle now to get blessing 7442. The car and the financial breakthrough coming to you are not the end of the story. They are just the beginning. These blessings are like keys, and keys are made to open doors. What God is about to give you will unlock more than transportation and provision. It will unlock opportunity, influence, and divine connection. One blessing will lead to another. One open door will lead to more doors. This is the way God works. He doesn't just answer prayers. He starts movements. What's coming your way is going to cause a chain reaction. The moment you sit in that car, your confidence will rise. The moment the financial breakthrough reaches your hands, new ideas will form. You will begin to move differently. Think differently. Speak differently. That's because blessings don't just change your situation, they change your mindset. And when your mind changes, your whole life shifts. Type I receive the keys to my next door to get blessing 1011. God is not giving you these things just so you can feel better. He is giving them so you can move into the next stage of your purpose. You will be able to go places you couldn't go before. You will be able to support dreams you used to only talk about. You will become a blessing to others. Your story will now carry power. People will hear what God did for you and realize that He can do it for them too. This is why the enemy fought you so hard. He wasn't just trying to stop a car or some money. He was trying to stop your influence. He knew that once you stepped into this level, others would follow. Your testimony would open faith in others. Your success would unlock belief in many hearts. But he failed. He failed to stop you. And now, your life will become a door for others. That's the beauty of breakthrough. It doesn't stop with you. It flows through you. Your blessing carries oil. It carries light. It carries hope. Wherever you go, the atmosphere will change. Whoever you speak to, faith will rise. Because you are not just someone who waited, you are someone who received. And receiving changes everything. Type I will be a door for others to get blessing 3155. God is now giving you the grace to walk through every door that opens. You won't be afraid. You won't turn back. You won't feel unworthy. You will walk in, knowing that this was always God's plan. He wanted you to rise. He wanted you to move forward. He wanted you to carry something bigger than yourself. And now you are ready. As these blessings come, remember this: they are not the destination. They are the invitation. The invitation into a new realm. A realm of divine impact. A realm of supernatural favor. A realm of spiritual maturity. Don't just enjoy the blessing. Use it. Use it to lift others. Use it to bless your family. Use it to give God glory. This is your season to walk through every door. Nothing is holding you back now. The chains are gone. The wall is down. The delays are finished. The sword has struck. The name has been spoken. The wind is blowing. And the doors are opening. So walk forward with your head lifted high. The door is not just open. It's wide open. And behind that door is more than you ever imagined. Type I am walking through every door to get blessing 8404. This is the final word over your situation. Is done. Heaven has spoken. The battle has been won. The delay is over. The blessing is moving. And your life will never be the same again. Everything that tried to block you has now bowed to God's command. The words spoken against you have been canceled. The spiritual resistance hath been shattered. What was held up is now flowing freely. You are not waiting anymore, you are receiving. You have passed through the season of silence. You have endured the time of testing. You kept praying. You kept believing. You held on when nothing made sense. And now God is rewarding your faith. Just as He promised, He is faithful to perform. The car is no longer just a dream. It is arriving. The financial breakthrough is not just a wish. It is being released. Your reward has a name, and it's yours. You will look back at August 8th as a holy day, a divine appointment, the day heaven chose to change your story. The enemy tried to stop it that morning, but God had already sent help. Archangel Michael stood for you, above you, cleared the way. And now, nothing can stop what is coming. Your story is shifting from pain to proof, from waiting to walking, from delay to destiny. This is your divine moment, and it is sealed by the voice of God. Type "it is done" in Jesus' name to get blessing 1212. This final word is not just for your ears. It is for the world. If God has spoken to your heart through this message, then help us keep sending these words to every soul who needs hope, healing, and breakthrough. Every gift you give is like oil on the altar. It keeps the fire of God burning across nations. Isaiah 55:11 says, "My word will not return void, but will accomplish what I desire." When you support this mission, you're helping that word reach the next life it was sent to touch. This is your chance to sow into something eternal. You can give through YouTube Super Thanks, become a channel member, or donate through PayPal. You'll find the link in the video description. To boldly share the light. Stand with the word. The next breakthrough may come through your gift.